Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally filming a flip through of my lovely vintage sewing themed junk journal that I've been working on over the past couple of weeks. And if you have watched my previous videos, you already know the journal, but now it's finally completed and I want to show you what it looks like. So as you can tell, it's quite chunky, it's quite the gator mouth. And it's one of my favorite journals I've ever made, and I put so much love and time into this, so I hope it will find a good home. Okay, so the journal cover is about 9 by 6 inches, so 9 inches tall by 6 inches wide. I made it from fabric and paper, and it has batting under it, under the fabric. And then I quilted with some beige sewing thread because I just thought it would add some more texture to the cover, and because it's a sewing themed journal, I wanted to do a lot of sewing on and in the journal. Okay, so the closure is a antique piece of tape measure. I love it. I debated quite a while whether I should use it or not, but yes, I'm letting go. And then here is a nice little scissors charm that I thought goes really well with it. So you can just take this off and look at this goodness here. When you open it, I used a old curtain and put it over some scrapbook paper. Then here you have the signature cover, and there's a little flippy thing with vintage lace, and it just says to sew or not to sew. Yes, we did sew, or I did sew. And then when you go to the next page, there's a pocket with some seam binding, some buttons, and then I made a collection of tags that you can journal on, and it has some more little scissors up here with a ball pin, and you can just take those and put them through, use them throughout the journal, or you can just leave them all together and keep them in this pocket. Then we have some coffee dyed paper, some more coffee dyed paper with this lovely trim, and then I attached a little charm here that's a ruler. And these can be taken off if you don't like those. I just thought it adds like a little something. You can play with it. And then here's a old catalog page from a old Sears catalog. The original was 1897 and it was reprinted in the 60s. And then here we have a flip down with 3 coffee dyed index cards, and I did some stenciling on them, so you have some more journaling space. This page is from an old sewing magazine, and I put a acetate window inside, so you can see this lovely lady with her umbrella through the window. And then up here I also have some more of that measuring tape. I just thought it's adds another little interest to the journal. And then we have this beautiful image that's printed on vellum. It's a little bit see-through, some stenciling, and then on this little magazine page, I added a heart that was cut out from an antique quilt, and I turned it into a pocket. So this little tag sits inside this heart pocket. On this page, I have another pocket that I made from a collage, and then I added a fabric tag that I quilted or patchworked, and then this tag has different pieces of fabric. These 2 ladies are on fabric, and then some lace ribbon. You can write on them. And then here's like one of those yarn spool cutouts that has some eyelash trim. Kind of goes with this lady lady's dress. And then a little button. And then some more pages. And then I used some super old yellow paper from sewing patterns. Some digital kits. Some more writing space up here, and then I used some magazine pages from the Work Basket magazine from the 50s. Some coffee dyed flower trim, a coffee dyed doily, and just old magazines and lots of writing space. Here's another one of those fabric tags. I made a 4 total. And I just used a tiny little Tim Holtz clip to clip it onto the page. And you can certainly take that off and stick it in one of those pockets. Here's another little charm. It's a sewing machine. It's just some printed paper. Here's one of those metal index clips with that journaling card. Some more coffee dyed paper. And this, excuse me, this paper was actually dyed with the same curtain. So you can see the pattern is very similar, like this one. And then in the middle of the signature, we have another charm, which is a clothes hanger, and some more of those coffee dyed flowers. And these ladies I cut out from a vintage sewing pattern package. And then here we have a big pocket that's made from a little brown bag. You have a big pocket up here with a tag that you can journal on. And then a tiny tag in the front pocket. And then there's a journaling card. I love this one. I love the colors and the side. And these are all recycled pieces of silk ribbon. And there's some more of the measuring tape. I try to use up the whole thing. Then here we have a pocket with another fabric tag and these old buttons, or snap fasteners as they call them. I just thought this is really neat, so I added the whole thing. As decorations, you can obviously take them out and use them. And then there's some more writing pages, pattern pages. Here's another tag that I attached with some seam binding up here. More writing paper. And then here is a pocket with 2 tags and some old seam binding. Here's the other side of the vellum paper. And then here's a big pocket with 2 tags. This one is a big tag that actually has a little pocket in the front with 2 little Tim Holtz tags. And then there's this one, and it also has some seam binding at the top. And then I used an applique just for decorations here. And then here we have a big window envelope that I embellished. And then you can take out the big journaling card that I made. And there's lots of journal space in here. I love this girl with her little doggy. And then you can just put this back in here. And you see the lady through the window, and you can also journal in the back. Oh, I'm not even in the frame, I'm sorry. And then here we have a corner pocket that I made from a collage of old papers that I had. And I made this lovely tag. And then I also added a vintage sewing pattern. And you can use this as transparent paper, and it's great to use for collages because you can layer it over images just to give them like an old feel, because it's like brown transparent. And then here we have a side pocket with another big journaling card with this lovely girl. And we just put her back in here. And then, oops, here we have a journaling card that I clipped over the page with one of those little Tim Holtz clips. And you can just open it and journal inside and then put it back on the page. Come on. And then on the last page of the journal signature cover, We have the brown fabric tag and another big tag. And that is it. And this journal has a total of 100 pages. I did not count the doily because I can't. I mean, you can try journaling on the doily, but there's not a lot of writing space, so I did not count it. If you count it, it's 102 pages, or actually 104 pages. So 100 pages, lots of original, vintage, and antique ephemera, because if you know me, you know that I like to use original stuff over printed stuff. Obviously, I also used some digital collections because they had some really nice images. And what else? I love this journal, and I hope it will find a good home. And let me know if you have any questions. So, oh yeah, and by the time you see this video, I'm also listing it in my Etsy shop. I have all the information and description below. And yeah, let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!